This is Umair Khan, and I'm live from AWS reInvent. This is Agile Operations Daily News from you, live from our show floor at AWS reInvent. With me, I have Nishad from our product management team. Nishad, you've been talking about cloud-native applications. Why are they so hard to monitor?
You know, with the cloud-native apps, the apps have so much more context to where they're running nowadays. So earlier you had monolithic apps where they're running in the app servers on a maybe on a server somewhere. But now you're talking about containers, right? You have orchestration layer that's managing the containers, and you're deploying this on AWS where you're talking about availability zones, instance types, VPCs, subnets. There's so many more layers to your application infrastructure. So visibility is a huge challenge, and then the scale. Because microservices are essentially you are decomposing your monolithic apps into multiple microservices. There's so many APIs that you have to monitor. Right? There's so many events that get generated from different layers. So just getting all these events and making sense out of all of this data just makes it really challenging. And essentially, if you want to provide that 5-star user experience from your apps.
So the attendees all listening is to this live Facebook Live who are not here. What best practices or recommendations you would give for monitoring cloud-native applications?
So the two main things that I suggest. So one is getting visibility into the infrastructure. Of course, you want all the data. So you want to monitor all the layers of your infrastructure. So infrastructure, container, the orchestration layer, the applications, and start from the end user because you are in the business of providing a mission critical app to end users. So you want them to have a great experience. So you always start from your end user, get the visibility into all different layers, and then also with visibility you also need some kind of a control, right? Because all these events that are generated, you need some kind of an analytics to also make sense out of where the problems are. How fast can you do a root cause analysis for those problems?
Great. And for both the customers here, prospects here, why should they consider CA for monitoring and managing their cloud-native applications?
Right. So the approach that we are taking to monitoring is like a twofold approach. So we call it as an inside-out monitoring and an outside-in monitoring. So the outside-in monitoring starts from your end user all the way into your infrastructure, right? Without requiring any configuration. It's literally like a zero-touch configuration or monitoring approach. We'll discover all the components in your infrastructure, all the containers, right? All the apps, services that are running. Also map the dependencies between the services. So that's the outside in. And then from inside out, we also have deep application insights as to what's going on inside the containers, right? Inside those apps. And then we complement both of those together. So it's not just getting visibility, you also want correlation. And then with correlation, you also want causation, right? So you can correlate the data, but you also want to be able to do a causal correlation, so you can identify problems and then do root cause analysis of those problems. So that's one. And then deployment-wise, for example, if you're running inside, say Docker on AWS, it's literally a single line of command that you use to deploy our agent out there to start monitoring, get up and running, literally in minutes. And with our digital experience insights, you can sign up for a tenant and get up and running literally in a minute with your monitoring.
Great. And talking about our digital insight platform, you can get a free trial. Yes, that's right, a free trial for 30 days. Try out app experience analytics, application performance monitoring, or infrastructure monitoring solutions free for 30 days. So please go to ca.com/try DXI. Try it yourself. With that, I'm signing out for now. Keep tuning into our Facebook Live channel for more insights and videos. Thank you.